Buddy Murphy, has those broad shoulders and looks like he's at least 215 at the least. Say 215. Like that's why I think like the weight system they say they have is such a
How the hell do
farce.
we get on wrestling, though? Like
I don't know,
somehow we always revert back every time.
because it's fun. Wrestling is our go-to thing to talk about. That's why I started a video because we're fishing and talking about wrestling, like you said the other night. I don't know, like I just
We're
feel like
talking about weight, though.
we're talking about weight in wrestling because I don't know. To me, like it would be funny though to see guys like Sam and Dean coming into WWE and being their characters just for fucking a night.
Yeah, Michael Che and Colin Jost.
Yeah, but except that I think Dean and Sam would actually kick some ass. Those two looked like they were like 100 pounds soaking wet in between both of them.
That would be kind of funny though to see them come in and vanquish Bray Wyatt and the demon in him.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Dean's 6'1", Jared's 6'4". Okay, I would say that Dean's maybe 225 and Jared maybe
And
235.
something we didn't talk about was Bray Wyatt a
Oh
couple
yeah,
nights ago. We didn't
oh
talk about
yeah.
him.
What do you think about that whole
I don't
bird
like the
vulture?
buzzard, but I got a feeling that it's a buzzard. It's supposed to be a buzzard
I know,
anyway.
but we called it. The guys on Wrestle Talk call it a bird vulture.
It does. It looks like a bald-headed vulture. It really does.
It does. They just talk about it
But
and they just crack the hell up because it's hilarious. It is so, and they what they call it, like over there in England they call it pants or ridiculous. It means ridiculous. It's so funny. It's so stupid. It's
but
funny. You know.
that little girl or woman puppet that they have pops up every so often. I think that's supposed to represent Sister Abigail.
Oh dear Jesus! If this is what they go, it's ridiculous. Nikki Cross would have been a good Sister Abigail.
You think so?
Her or maybe, and this is my biggest
I
one.
mean, she's damn crazy enough to. I know that.
Yeah, or Rosemary from TNA.
Ish. I know that there was a group of people there, a group of girls there that painted her face up and shit.
That's one of them, Rosemary. Like, come on. You can say you cannot get Rosemary off of TNA slash Global Force. Sorry, Global Force Wrestling. WWE cannot, try to get her out of her contract over there. When she's up, pay her more money than TNA could ever pay her right now.
Probably, yeah. They
It's just
could.
like,
I know they could.
but for some reason they're like, nope, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna make it a puppet.
But that would be crazy though, if they actually brought in Sister Abigail. Like they were talking about doing that.
Yeah, but then now they're gonna make it a puppet instead. A puppet. So now you're making another comic gimmick. That's what it is. It's gonna be a comedy now. They're gonna try to turn Bray Wyatt's, Sister Abigail and her
I
demon inside him as
I
a
don't know if
comic.
it would be comedy or not, but damn it, those puppets do look a little creepy. That
That,
ain't
that
no
mean,
shit.
I mean, they do, they do. I'm not saying they don't, but it's like they're like they. That's what they did with Braun Strowman. They started out, they started him out as being this dominant big man, and now he's a comedy special. Look at him, he's the
Well, I mean, he
goofball
was for
giant.
WrestleMania anyway. I will say that.
But it's like almost like every time I turn around, they keep on trying to make him out as a badass, and then 2 weeks later, comedy gimmick. You know, like,
Well, I mean, he's a funny dude. He is funny. Like no
yeah,
shit.
dude. No, dude. I know he's funny, but pick one and stay with one. Don't like every other week change your mind which one you want to do with him. That's the thing that
I get what you're saying.
WWE has a hard time with. They don't always know what they want to do with somebody before they bring him up. Whereas like how many NXT stars did they just screw up over the last, I would say, year? Have not used them.
Hideo Itami, I know, was one of them.
Hideo Tommy. What was it? Eric Young's group, Sanity.
Yeah,
They
they didn't use them
screwed.
quite right.
They didn't create. Akam and whatever his face is.
Razor,
Yeah, Razor. Where have they been?
AOP.
Where is AOP now? Gone. I haven't seen them in months. Because they didn't book them right.
Well, I don't know if they're necessarily gone, but they haven't been on TV for sure, definitely.
Because they
Now,
don't.
that would be a great match right there, the Usos versus AOP.
Yep. Though they're not really brothers, are they? If I'm
The
mistaken.
AOP?
Yeah, they're not really brothers. They act like brothers, but they're
No,
not.
they're from two different places.
Yeah, that's what I thought. One is Samoan, isn't he?
I don't think neither one of them are, to be honest. I think.
Uh,
They're from the Dominican Republic. One
are
of
they
them is, I
both?
know.
Akam from AO AOP.
I
Okay.
touch the pain.
Yeah. But whatever happened, is Drake Maverick still managing them?
I don't know. He peed on himself. He went and he then just went back to just 205 Live from what I've seen.
Man, then that's another person they're not using for the. Is he retiring from ring competition? Is that what happened?
Let's see, Razar.
Akam.
He is a Dutch professional wrestler.
Oh,
Is
Lazar.
a
Oh.
former mixed martial artist from Bellator, MMA, and Bama, UK, and a World Pro Kickboxing Heavyweight Champion. He was the
Abs.
heavyweight champion for Kickboxing League RDL.
Well, okay, so Akam is Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. He's Canadian.
Oh, Razar is from the Netherlands.
Yep,
He's from
and
Amsterdam.
yep, and yeah, Akam's from Canada.
So no, they're not brothers.
Nope, they're definitely not brothers, and they do look a little bit similar, which is kind of weird. But
But Razar was trained by William Regal, and
this
he is billed from Albania.
this is the thing that I do not like. When they brought him up, when they brought AOP up, they got rid of Paul was it Elmering?
The bald-headed guy. I know who you're
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
he was the manager. He was the manager of the Road, the Road Warriors, and I think was it Road Warriors, and the other one's the same. Kind of looked like the Road Warriors. What was their names? The Road Warriors.
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh my God, there's Hawk and Animal, and there's this other guys I forget. But he's been a manager for over 4 decades. He's in the Hall of Fame with the Road Warriors. Yet they have a storyline where as soon as they get up to the main roster, they fire him. Right there.
Ain't it crazy?
And right there, that was a problem. They ended up losing traction after they got rid of after that. It's just like, I just wonder sometimes, what does Vince say? A good idea? This is what they want,
Well,
you know.
you gotta remember, he tried to call Stone Cold Ice Fang or some shit like that back then.
I know sometimes I feel like there's moments in his life where he just loses like sight of reality, and it's just all gone. No more reality. And
Could you
then
see Stone Cold playing as a Sub-Zero type character? Could you see that?
hell no. I would see Steve Austin giving him the middle finger, walking out of the company and going to WCW, and then losing the Monday Night Wars. That's what would happen.
Well, I don't know about all that. Because he went to WCW first. That's where Stone Cold started.
Well, I know. I'm just saying something like
Yeah, but
something
like
that effect.
realistically though, that wouldn't happen because he couldn't stand Eric Bischoff. He
Oh no,
hated Eric
no,
Bischoff.
he hated. Yeah, he actually liked Mister. He did really like Vince, but he hated Eric. He's
Oh, I
so.
know he enjoyed playing with Vince, or you know,
Oh, he loved fucking with Vince. It was one of the most joyful
he
things in
called
his life.
he called Vince a genius. He really did.
And well, he is. Vince is a genius. But along with being a genius, he can be, genius is,
Well, even a genius sometimes can't tie his damn shoe. I know.
no, they have social problems. They have that problem like you're book smart, but you're not people smart. And then there's guys like Vince who are both. Yeah, they're both people and book smart. But sometimes that book smart gets too, you know, they end up using
I
some.
still can't believe his ass. I still can't believe he's from North Carolina. That's
Hey, he's
crazy.
from North Carolina. I mean that's, you know,
It seems like 95% of the damn wrestlers that's in wrestling is from North Carolina. Like,
or Texas, or Cali. Yeah, there's a few from Pittsburgh though. There's a few from my neck of the woods.
who, Kurt Angle and Elias?
Corey Graves.
Oh, see, I didn't know Corey was from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's from Monroeville, which is just right up the street from me. Yep, that's where Corey's
Hell,
from.
Braun Strowman's from a little town called Searles Ford, and that's about 30 minutes from me.
Yeah, Corey grew up probably about 20 minutes away from me, but he's a little bit older than
I
me.
actually got to ring up. I actually got to ring up at Kmart when I was working at Kmart. I got to ring up Braun Strowman's next door childhood neighbor.
Yeah, you were saying that before, man. That's crazy. See, my mom.
I was
Here's some.
actually semi-starstruck, even though she wasn't even a celebrity.
Oh, he held this. My mom went to college with Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
My
you
mom.
told me that too. I remember you
And my mom went
telling me
to
that too.
my mom went to college with Kurt Angle at Clarion University in Pennsylvania. Way back in the day before he went to
But
Olympics and
there's,
everything.
but there's only one question though.
What?
Did Kurt Angle give her the D?
No. He was actually dating one of my mom's best friends from high school that went to Clarion too. So,
I ain't test some shit.
yep. Yeah. I'm just glad that my
But
mom's
could you
friend
imagine
was.
though that you would be an off? Could you imagine though that you would be an offspring from Kurt Angle?
Man, I would have it in wrestling then. I would be a wrestler right now. I wouldn't be sitting here talking about wrestling.
You'd be
Right?
like a Jason Jordan, illegitimate son.
Yeah. I'd be actually just. Well, I'm sorry though. I'm sorry. They could.
Speaking of Jason Jordan, what the hell is he still out with an injury? What's his
He
deal?
supposedly he had to retire.
He
His,
what?
the neck injury was worse than they thought, and now he is a backstage producer.
Oh, good lord, so that's what's wrong with Raw.
Amen to that. That's why it ended up being like a Teddy Long thing at the end of Raw a couple weeks ago. Sup, playa?
We're gonna have ourselves a tag team match.
Yeah. That's why it's like, oh, I have a great idea. This Jason to Vince. Let's make it a winner takes all for the Universal and World Heavy the World Championship, and then build it like that all night, and then all of a sudden make it a tag team match with the Bar.
Let's piss off the universe.
Let's just piss the universe off for shits and giggles. Oh God, Jason, Jason, come on, man, come on, bro. Now, okay, I'm excited for Roman to be on SmackDown.
That's gonna be a different.
I hate to say it. I'm sorry to Kofi.
I don't want Kofi to drop it to Roman Reigns though. Like, let him actually legitly defend it. Don't let him just be like a squash.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I don't think I think it was a good idea. Let him hold the SummerSlam. Let him defend it like on Tuesdays, but also defend it at one pay-per-view, like at Money in the Bank. Defend it at Money in the Bank. Then on lead up to like SummerSlam, have him have a feud with Roman Reigns, like a nice babyface feud.
See, Roman, I want to see somebody who's never had the title have it though. Roman's had it.
Yes.
I mean, I like Roman Reigns. Don't get me wrong. I want some new blood like Kofi. Kofi's never had it.
Yeah, but Kofi, I don't think Kofi's gonna be like a full long-term champion. I'm sorry. And
he may not be, but it's nice to see somebody that's never had it have it.
Yep, I get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think outside, kind of think like what they're thinking over there in WWE land, like, or like I like to call it.
Has not had the belt though. Rusev.
Yeah, Rusev
doesn't have it.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Rusev has made his bed and he has to lie in it. I'm sorry.
I know, but he's never had the WWE title. That would be a different sight to see, too.
Well, you have to wonder why. He had done something backstage to piss off Vince. I mean, you gotta think about it. His wife and him have been
booked very well. I know that.
I'm not saying he has. But he has in the past, but it's kind of like with Braun Strowman. You know why that they don't book?
A couple of four-way matches was for the United States title, but that's about the only push he's had here lately.
Well, I think the problem is those comments he made a couple months ago back he was saying something about. I think he was basically bitching about having to fight the Undertaker at the coffin match. Him and his wife
would be a damn. I don't know why he would complain about that. That's crazy.
Him and his wife Lana were bitching about it, and since then he has lost his push, quite so that he deserved that. He
went up against a legend, and he got to lose and be buried in Come on now.
Yeah, to a legend. The guy, I'm gonna come on, man. Well, that's the other thing. Mark Henry's back in the locker room to shape people up.
About that.
He's not fighting. I don't think he's gonna wrestle, but
he's not a wrestler, but he's back there more of like a mentor type deal.
Yeah, he's in the locker room basically shaping people up because there's a big I would say right before WrestleMania there was a couple of Monday nights and a couple of SmackDowns that were so just freaking. And this is what I agree with. Nowadays, bad promo work, but great in-ring performances, alright? Back when you're talking about Stone Cold and that stuff, great promos, but not the best in-ring performers back in those days. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't the best in-ring, but they told the story so well that it didn't matter if they had bad in-ring stuff. Well, nowadays, you see so much good in-ring performance and not so great promos. When they have a bad match in the ring, it's very noticeable now. And there was a couple times where there was so many botches in in matches, and just weeks in a row of just botches.
He's still tripping over the middle rope.
Yeah, that Titus O'Neil sliding, Titus World slide over there,
Yeah, and he'd actually done it right. He done it right the first time. Let's hit the Royal Rumble. And then when he got in the ring, he slid plumb out to the other side.
Yeah.
But I think
he did that on purpose. He did that on purpose.
Though.
Oh, definitely. Now I'm talking about if you think mean, this is just their age. I'm gonna give him that. But the Undertaker Kane versus Brothers Destruction versus DX.
That was last year.
I know that was last year. I'm just saying like
The
stuff
Crown
like
Jewel.
yeah. I'm just saying stuff like that. Have you ever what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like them, there's so many botches. So then
recently, yeah.
Mark Henry's like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to the locker room and straightening people out, even if I have to bust heads. You know, he's basically like
But you know, the
kind of.
Undertaker is so iconic, he can tell a story without even saying words.
Oh yes, but that's the person that he doesn't have control over. You already know that.
Oh yeah.
But the big thing that Braun has done in his career so far is backs. There's kind of like a back, backstage politics where every time you see somebody to shake their hand, well, Braun Strowman won't pay attention and won't shake other people's hands and stuff like that. That's killed his push a couple times. Yeah. You're gonna get these hands. I love that. That was one of the best mottos of the year. Last couple years, I would say.
But they still chant it though. Get these hands.
I know that happened last year, but they're still chanting it this year, which is so awesome. Yeah, like I want to see Braun win the Universal. You know,
He needs to win a belt. He deserves to win a belt. He's been there for how long now?
4 or 5 years now. About the same as Roman. Same as the Shield.
He needs to be a champion. I mean, he
Yeah,
was a tag team champion, but hell, he had a 10-year-old kid for a partner, but that was entertaining too.
that was, and then also he actually held the tag team.
And then the next night on Raw, that was funny too.
Yeah, but he held the titles before that. Back when he was with the Wyatt family, they held the titles.
What, tag team?
Yeah. They kind of had like the four horsemen role, like
Now,
where
here's the thing, though. I don't never remember him being like. I know he was with the White family, but I don't remember him being in the White family.
oh yeah, wasn't very long. It was not very long. It was like maybe like not even a full year, and then they broke the Wyatt family up, and then
Him and
shortly after.
Daniel Bryan.
Oh my God, I remember that. I do remember that, and that hellacious cage match.
Mm,
God, I love that match. That was one of my favorite matches to watch and go rewatch. The only thing I would say I loved about the Wyatt family is when their battle with the Shields. Back when it was just Bray, Luke, and Eric.
yeah.
Now I don't understand why they don't have Luke on. I don't know why Luke Harper isn't with.
The last appearance I seen Harper have was the Battle Royal at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they don't put him with Eric and be like a third member of that. With Daniel, Eric, and Luke. But I don't know why they don't do that.
I don't understand. Like I know they were injured, but I don't understand why they put them. Why don't they put them back together as the Bludgeon Brothers? They were
Or
awesome together.
or like the Bludgeon Brothers plus, or they could repack him as like the Eco Warriors, defender of the Eco Champion. Like something. Come on, dude. Though I think, but then, and this is also true. If you look
And
at
you know
Luke,
Daniel Bryan ain't been on TV since he's lost the title too.
I know it's weird. I hope he ain't thinking about retiring again, because that would just
Well,
be.
him and Bree's been talking about having a second child, having a second kid.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I mean,
If you've been paying attention to Total Bellas, which I've
I
watched that. Sometimes I do watch that.
every once
But
in a
they
while I'll turn it on.
Bree told Daniel that she was ready to have another kid, and she was wanting to have another kid with him.
Well, that's
So that
also
might
probably
be what
why
he's doing.
that's probably why he lost lost the title, to be honest with you. He's like, hey, look, I need to lose the title so I can go making that child, and I'll be back. Now, is Bree and Nikki coming back? Or are they just gone for now? Are they gone forever too now? I don't think they
Bree
are.
doesn't want to come back.
Nikki does, though, does she? Doesn't she?
Bree wants to. I don't know about Nikki, but I know Bree wants to stay at home and take care of Birdie.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's what I don't get, and I'm sorry. This is going to be me. You know, especially now, they're fairly. They have enough money, you know, between the two of them. They don't live in like really bad hotels. You know, you could take your dog, especially how young she is. You could take her on the road with you. You know, I mean, I don't know how
Well,
hard
yeah,
that
but
is.
I don't know. I can understand what Bree's saying.
No, I do
If you
too.
don't, if you don't have a stable house, then just, your kid won't have a normal life.
Oh, I mean, she's never gonna have a normal life. Her dad's
Well,
Daniel
she will
Bryan.
now. Well, right, yeah, but
This
she
is what.
will have somewhat of a normal life now because they're not moving all over the country and all
Well,
over the world.
I get that, but still, your dad's Daniel Bryan. Your mom is Brie Bella. You know where
Now
she's
the
ever
only
gonna
thing,
go, but she's
now
not
the
gonna be
only thing Bree,
recognized.
now the only thing Bree's gonna be known for is the shit, that damn fashion design that they got,
Oh yeah, the
Birdie B.
bell.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I would never say she's never coming back, but it's gonna be a while before she'll be back. Now Nikki
I
can have
don't
a.
think, I really don't think Bree would be back. I really don't think she will.
I mean, she did get
If she
really.
does, it'll be just like a cameo appearance with Daniel Bryan, but I don't think she'll actually be in the ring.
Maybe another Miz, and maybe Daniel and Brie versus Miz and Maurice. Another one of those fights. That was kind of a fun match, kinda. Not the
A little bit.
best match in the world, but
Yes,
it's
dear.
funny.
What? Hang on, she's calling me.
Good. I'll be back, guys.